There are a plethora of Karens getting karma in the court, and we can't say we've personally seen many similar incidents, but they certainly exist. There are many courtroom karma moments, and the most shocking ones are here. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at 5 reactions of Karens getting karma in court. Yeah, you heard it right. So, let's start our video. Number 1. Judge versus defender fight it out. In June 2014, Florida Judge John Murphy verbally sparred with Assistant Public Defender Andrew Weinstock. However, it didn't take long for the mouth-to-mouth courtroom outburst to turn mano-a-mano. While the actual fight happens off-screen, you can hear the altercation, and from the sound of it, Murphy wins. 18th Judicial Court Public Defender Blaise Tredis had this to say. The attorney said that immediately upon entering the hallway, he was grabbed by the collar and began to be struck. There was no discussion, no talk, not even time for anything. Just as soon as they're in the hallway, the attorney is grabbed. Murphy later took a leave of absence and offered a public apology, but not specifically to Weinstock, reported Florida Today. Number 2. Tony Farmer. Tony Farmer was one of the hottest prospects in the nation for college and professional basketball. He had a bright future until he threw it all away by attacking his ex-girlfriend in front of a surveillance camera. When Farmer found out that he would be losing his prime basketball years due to a 3-year jail sentence handed down in August 2012, he didn't take the news well. This certainly puts the recent Ray Rice slap on the wrist in perspective. Number 3. Ernie Turtlegi. Ernie Turtlegi, yes, that's how he spells it, is a 52-year-old do-it-yourself attorney calling himself the living natural man, was held in contempt of court in August 2013 for repeated outbursts all before the jury was even selected. Why is a British recognized person asking questions in an American courtroom? He asked the judge. It gets pretty weird after that. The whole reason Turtlegi was even in court was due to his fishing without a license. Number 4. Harvey Wentz. Harvey Wentz is a 22-year-old man convicted and serving time for the horrific torture of a child that resulted in burns over 18% of the 3-year-old's body. When Wentz discovered that he would be sentenced up to 65 years in May 2013, he lost it along with friends and family who were present at the hearing. In the video, the family's pastor helps restore order, but not before one of the biggest courtroom outbursts on this list. Number 5. Dexter Johnson. Houston teen Dexter Johnson was 19 when he committed rape and murder along with some other perpetrators. He was tried and convicted for capital murder in June 2007, and when the sentence was handed down, he showed the violent side for which he was on trial. Johnson's family screamed and wailed when they heard his death sentence read. One passed out and an ambulance was called. For Johnson's part, he began knocking over chairs until he was floored by an army of officers. Now, since you've just watched the 5 best Karen reactions, I have some bonus parts for you. Let's check this out. Number 1. Lance Dyer. Lance Dyer was 16 when he led a police car on a chase in May 2014. Rather than surrendering, he fled on foot and pointed a loaded gun at officers. He was sentenced to 11 years, a punishment that did not go over well with his sister. While Dyer's attitude was largely quiet and accepting, his sister, unnamed in the report, goes on a profanity-laced tirade and resists officers who try to escort her from the premises. She was removed and not charged, but the judge did ban her from attending the rest of the proceedings. Number 2. Michael Gaines. Make sure the kids have earmuffs for this NSFW courtroom outburst. A man identified in this video as Michael Gaines unleashes some of the worst language ever at his arresting police officer and the judge. While the bleep button gets a nice workout, you definitely get a sense of what the man is saying, and it's not hard to fill in the gaps. That's why it's best to keep this away from the kids. The incident occurred in July 2008. According to the Associated Press, Gaines was sentenced to 13 years. Number 3. 11-year-old juvenile and would-be gunman. Due to the age of the 11-year-old perpetrator in this October 2013 video, the name has been withheld. But withhold is something the child hasn't learned to do when it comes to emotional outbursts. After sentencing for bringing multiple guns and more than 400 pounds of ammunition to school with the intent of killing several classmates, he jerked away from officers and ran towards the exit door, shouting expletives. Number 4. Michael Marin. Convicted arsonist Michael Marin had a tragic plan for avoiding sentence for his 2009 crime. In 2012, after the jury had returned a verdict, Marin reportedly took a suicide pill that was later found to be cyanide and waited for it to take effect. There's some deliberation as to when he swallowed the said pill, but at the 7-minute and 43 mark of the video, you can see exactly when it took effect. Marin first leans forward in his chair. At this point, two ladies nearby realize that something is wrong, and it gets scary after that. Marin was rushed from the courtroom on a stretcher, but he was dead before medical personnel could help. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.